Lewis Hamilton read a rumor claiming he was losing faith in Ferrari and shut it down with class and fire. Complete rubbish. 2 Grand Prix in, 1 sprint win, 2 disqualifications, and a mountain of pressure on his shoulders. But while the internet rushes to say he's frustrated, Hamilton is seeing something completely different. A team with untapped potential, ready to be shaped. And today, I'll show you why his response wasn't just about defending himself. It was a clear signal that Hamilton is already stepping into a leadership role at Ferrari. Not just as a driver, but as a technical and cultural catalyst. Stick with me till the end, because if you click away now, you'll keep falling for shallow headlines. But if you stay, you'll see why Hamilton is still the most dangerous driver on the grid, even while he's just adapting. Before the Japanese Grand Prix, someone floated the idea that Hamilton was beginning to lose trust in the Scuderia. His response? Direct, sharp, classic Lewis. That's complete rubbish. And this is where we need to pay close attention. While keyboard critics cling to every less than perfect result as proof that the Ferrari-Hamilton partnership is falling apart, the man himself is saying the opposite with full conviction. Sure, he won the sprint in China, but no top 5 finishes in main races just yet. And still, he's not panicking. Quite the opposite. Hamilton made it clear he didn't expect instant success. He knew joining a new team, a new culture, would take time. He spent the first 2 months carefully observing, comparing Ferrari's processes with those at McLaren and Mercedes, making notes. That's not the behavior of a frustrated driver. That's someone building a blueprint. Hamilton wasn't hired just to drive. He was brought in to change a mindset. While others complain that he got the setup wrong in Shanghai, Lewis is already in Maranello, inside the factory, pinpointing the cultural and technical shifts needed. That kind of behind-the-scenes leadership? Only the greats do it. Some drivers race, others redefine teams. Hamilton came to do both. After China, where he was disqualified for excessive skid wear, and Leclerc for being underweight, Hamilton showed zero drama. It happened. We learn. We move on. While fans moaned on Twitter and media pushed the narrative of crisis, Hamilton was back at the factory by Wednesday, reviewing data with the engineers. That's how you build a winning car. Not with noise, but with calm, analysis, and relentless effort. Hamilton spoke with genuine optimism about how the team reacted to the double DQ. What impressed him most was how fast Ferrari dived into the data and started planning how to improve. Now here's the big question. Are F1 fans ready to see a Ferrari team that fully reflects Hamilton's identity? Because if you look closely, it's already starting to show. Yuki Tsunoda stepped into the most intimidating cockpit in Formula One, and even Max Verstappen was impressed. On his very first outing in the RB21, and at his home Grand Prix no less, Tsunoda didn't just survive the pressure, he went toe-to-toe with the triple world champion. Just a 10th behind Verstappen at Suzuka, one of the most technical circuits on the calendar. And before anyone says it's just practice, let's be real. On a Friday plagued by red flags, grass fires, and Duhan's crash, anyone who put in a solid session deserves double credit. Yes, that's straight from Max Verstappen himself. Max, who rarely throws compliments around, said, "Yuki started off really well today, even though it was a chaotic Friday for everyone." Coming from a driver who isn't exactly known for soft words, that speaks volumes. And let's not forget, Verstappen himself had a difficult day, testing solutions to try and tame a car he says still isn't where it needs to be. He was clear. Nothing really clicked. The soft tires required too much management, and the confidence which is essential around Suzuka still hasn't arrived. If Verstappen is feeling unsettled, just imagine the pressure on a rookie stepping into that same garage. Yuki replaced Liam Lawson, who only got 2 races before being dropped back to Racing Bulls. With that kind of ruthless context, Tsunoda had a target on his back before the lights even went green. But he delivered. In FP1, he was right on Verstappen's pace. FP2, he didn't even get a representative lap in, but to be fair, no one really did. Yuki admitted the simulator gave him a false sense of ease, and that the real car was much trickier than expected. Welcome to Red Bull reality. And still, he kept his composure. While some say it's too early to tell, let me drop a truth bomb. Tsunoda has already shown more composure in one session than some full-time drivers manage all year. He didn't crack at his home Grand Prix. He didn't hide behind excuses. He was honest about the car, admitted there's a lot to learn, but still showed pace and maturity. And if he keeps this up, Red Bull may have finally found someone who doesn't just survive the pressure, he learns to thrive in it. Yuki Tsunoda didn't just survive his first proper run in the Red Bull RB21, he showed up hard. Just over a tenth behind Verstappen in FP1. On home soil, in a car that has chewed up and spat out drivers in 2 races or less. And if you still think Red Bull made the wrong call benching Liam Lawson, well, the numbers don't lie. Let's break it down. Tsunoda's Friday plan was almost a carbon copy of Verstappen's no hiding, no rookie mode testing laps. And still, he kept it clean and clocked in a P6, only a tenth behind the 3-time world champion. Now, let's be honest, he's not yet matching Max's confidence, especially through the opening S-curves of Sector 1. But go check the data from Sector 2. Yuki was quicker. Yes, you read that right. That middle sector, where rhythm, precision, and car feel take over, Tsunoda was on it. And in Sector 3, the difference came down to Verstappen's mastery of turn 16, using the curb with surgical aggression. Tsunoda, less aggressive. But his exits, especially out of turn 14 into the back straight, were smoother and more efficient. That's no small feat. You want comparison? Let's talk about what Lawson couldn't do in Australia and China. Handle the RB21's sharp front end. Lawson struggled to rotate the car mid-corner without losing traction on exit. Even when he sacrificed apex speed, the grip just wasn't there. Tsunoda, on the other hand, seems to have found the sweet spot. He's not forcing the car, he's working with it. And that's the difference between fighting the RB21 and mastering it. There's one more clever touch. Red Bull reportedly gave Tsunoda a slightly higher downforce setup to help build early confidence. It cost him 2 km/h in top speed versus Verstappen, but gave him better stability mid-corner and more traction where it matters. And let's be real, that's a small price to pay for a debut that makes the whole paddock stop and say, wait, did Yuki just outperform expectations? At Suzuka? In the big car? Yes, he did. Was Tsunoda's debut just a good day in familiar territory? Or are we finally seeing the version of Yuki that Red Bull always hoped he could become? If you made it this far, smash that like button, because this kind of breakdown, with data, insight, and no corporate spin, only happens here at Paddock Insider. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Because when the next seat opens up, you'll want to know who's really earning it behind the scenes. No PR, no filters, just racing, politics, performance, and the truth behind the paddock door. Welcome to the paddock. See you in the next video.